Greg Powers, Dave Campbell's Texas Football, and I'm out here at Lovejoy High School, joined by linebacker, four-star linebacker Payton Pierce. Man, big season for you guys last year, but I know that the focus is on 2023 and how you can win a state championship. Before we kind of talk about next year's team, why don't you just kind of give me a recap of your play last year, how you felt like you did, and what improvements are you trying to make heading into your senior year?
Last year we had a good season. It wasn't the way we wanted it to go. I ended up getting hurt, so I only played, I want to say eight or nine quarters total, because I ended up hurt my hamstring and I could never just get back from that. But it was a good season. We learned a lot. I learned a lot of lessons. We learned a lot of lessons about the team and stuff, and it's propelled us into this off season on what we need to focus on as a team, and then what I need to focus on as getting my hamstring better. And we've spent a lot of time, and now I'm healed and I'm with the team, and we're leading those guys, and we're ready to take it over. But yeah, I think I played well enough in my my 8 quarters to not hurt my recruiting, which was good. But I'm ready to take it to another level next year on both sides of the ball, and go win state. That's the goal, and it's I'm ready to go do it. I mean, I was ready the last 2 years, and we just couldn't put it together. But I feel like we can this year, and we've got the tools, and I think we're gonna do it.
You mentioned playing on both sides of the ball. Kind of rewind the clock a little bit. You used to be a quarterback, back in the day.
Yeah.
That probably helps you playing on the defensive side of the ball, especially. I know that you already have some skills with the ball in your hands, so you carry for some touchdowns, especially in your sophomore year.
Yeah.
How do you use that quarterback mentality on defense? Does it give you an advantage? Is it knowledge of the game type of stuff?
Yeah, it definitely helps a lot. I mean, playing quarterback, you realize how hard it is to throw a ball when someone's in your face. It's a lot different than everyone can look good throwing routes on air and stuff, but in a game, having to sit in the pocket and throw it at someone rushing you is something else. And it translates a lot. I wouldn't really say I'm a linebacker. I'm a football player, and I kind of do whatever fits the team. I mean, back when I was at my old school, I was competing with their Allen's quarter, or used to be Allen's quarterback, Mike Hawkins. So he was a baller, and we had a good time competing against each other. And then I moved to linebacker, and the rest is history. But yeah, I mean, I learned a lot. You can see things differently as a linebacker whenever you've played quarterback and you know what you're looking for. And I mean, just getting hits on the quarterback can change the whole game, because it's just your whole mentality changes as a quarterback when you're getting smoked in the face. So it's definitely it makes a difference, and it helps a lot. So it's definitely a good advantage I have.
Man, we'd be here all day if we kind of talked about all of the scholarship offers and all the opportunity that you have. I don't know how many it is, but it's well over 20, maybe 30. I do know how many it is. 39 offers, I think. 39, approaching 40 offers. So we'd be here a long time. So I'm going to pick out a few to ask you about specifically. And I kind of want to start in-state. Texas A&M is a school that has really put their best foot forward in your recruitment. What keeps the Aggies in the mix for you?
There's a lot of things. I mean, first of all, last time I went there, I got to hang out with the 2022 commits early, or was it? No, 2023. Yeah, man, that's crazy.
No, you're talking to the old guy here. I can remember 2008.
Felt like it was like 2020 yesterday. But yeah, the 23 mid-year guys, I went and ate with them, and it was awesome. I mean, that's eventually, like, all the logos and the cool stuff is going to end. It's going to be with the guys who you're with, and I like them a lot. So I think that's kind of a big part, is I want to be around a group of guys who are similar to me and have the same goals and want to go win, and want to be the best, and want to be developed. I feel like A&M has a lot of that at the linebacker position, and I love Coach Durkin, and I think I have a really good relationship with him. And I mean, I'm getting on the phone with him later today. I mean, he's one of the guys who's recruiting me the hardest, and I appreciate it. And I love A&M. When I've gone, I've liked everything about it. I mean, you're on the biggest stage in the biggest conference, so you get everything you want there. And so I think that's kind of what stands out about it. And they've got a really good D-line. Like, their D-line is unbelievable. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and that's what you want. So they've got a lot of positives, and that's kind of what sticks out to me about Texas A&M.
I got to ask about. I mean, of course, I read all the blogs, watch all the websites. I saw that you have some predictions out there on you for Notre Dame. I mean, what keeps the Fighting Irish in that? And do you feel like they do have a realistic shot at getting your signature at the end of the day?
Yeah, I mean, they've got just as good a shot as everyone else. I mean, they're the thing that stands out about them is the just kind of the network you get with Notre Dame, it's something else. It's not like other schools, and but what they have is they have a really good defensive coordinator. They've got a linebacker as a head coach that is pretty awesome with Marcus Freeman, and so I like their strength coach. There's a lot of things I like about Notre Dame. It's and just it being Notre Dame and the brand of Notre Dame is pretty special. It's not like it's a lot different than other schools. That's kind of the thing that they bring that other schools don't. But they're just as right up there with all the rest of the schools. Like it's no different. So they're recruiting me hard, and they're one of my top schools, just like Texas A&M. And so I'm going to take another trip up there and watch practice, because I haven't got to watch practice yet. And so that's I'm going to try to get to see around, because what I talked about, how I like what's important for me is the type of guys that they have on their team, right, and the players. So I want to get to meet a lot of their players and see how they interact daily, and that's kind of what I'm looking for.
You mentioned getting up there to see Notre Dame on an unofficial trip. You got some other big unofficial visits coming up. Who are you going to see, and are you excited to get up there? Because, spoiler, get up there and see some of those schools.
Yeah, there's a lot. I mean, this whole tour with all these schools, it's great, and I'm just trying to get one last look at all these schools before I kind of really narrow it down and have a couple schools for my official visits this summer, and then make my decision. But yeah, I've got a chance earlier in my recruiting from the beginning of it till now to really check out the schools near me. I mean, I've been up to Texas 5 times in the last year. Yeah. I've been to all these other places a ton. I've been to OU a bunch. I mean, all these schools that are here, but I'm getting a good look at all the schools that are kind of far away, and I'm so lucky to have the opportunity to have the parents my dad can take me to these places and check them out and
enjoy those trips with them.
Exactly, yeah. So it's a really unique, and I'm really blessed and grateful. I'm going to see Ohio State, Michigan, Wisconsin. Those are the northern ones. Tennessee and Notre Dame. Those are kind of the ones that are far away that I'll get to.
Trying to knock it out during spring break, something like that?
Yeah, I'll spring break, I'm going to Florida State too.
So okay, there you go.
Yeah, there you go. Busy. Yeah, so I'm going to be real busy. I mean, it's going to be
a good decision. You can hit the beach and see a school.
Exactly, yeah. I can hang out with some buddies on the beach and then go check out Tallahassee. But yeah, I mean, it's going to be great, and those are going to be the schools. I'm just trying to get a good look at all the schools that are far away, because it's hard to, I mean, it's just a big deal going to, I want to see these schools before make any decisions, especially if it's out of state or somewhere far away. So
it sounds like it's a really interesting process for you too, to try to cut down that list. You have a lot of great options, because we didn't even talk about OU in Texas, and you'd mentioned them, and fans that are watching this should know that those are 2 serious schools that are in the mix for your recruitment or your signature on the letter of intent as well. When it comes down to it, what do you feel like is going to put one school over the other? Is it going to really come down to the bond that you feel with your position coach and the teammates? Is it probably the culture?
Yeah, it's definitely going to be what happens in between those walls and the type of people that they have in their program. I think a lot of it is just the type of guys I'm with. I mean, I'm fortunate enough to have Coach McKnight, who's doing our strength stuff. He was a strength coach at Texas, so he gives me a lot of good advice and stuff, and our coaches have all coached at the next level. So they've kind of pushed me towards to look at what kind of, it's really going to be what kind of guys you're with, and just the people in the program, the type of coaches you want, and the culture of the guys you play with. And so I'm lucky enough to have 39 options or whatever it is. So I get to find whatever has the best in that category and go find it. And I get to play on the biggest stage. So I'm so grateful for that. But that's kind of what it's going to come down to.
Heard it from the man himself. Payton Pierce out here at Lovejoy High School is going to be looking for a state championship next year as he tries to navigate through a difficult recruiting process. Payton, thanks for the time, and good luck as you go through it.
Thank you. I appreciate it.